Okay. Where is it? Mhm. Oops, nope, that's not what I want either. Green screen. I always forget where this is at. Dun, 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 dun. It's not it either. Oh, here we go. All right. So dumb. Just trying to figure out how to, trying to remember how to put it back on all messages instead of top messages because sometimes you don't get everyone's messages. People get filtered out for some reason. Thank you, YouTube. You're amazing. All right. So it's 2 a.m. in the Philippines. Let's see how many people outside of the Philippines are going to come into this live. Oh, we got 1 million in the building already. Look at that. Blue Demon Slayer. Good morning. Yeah, I was just wondering out loud how many people, because the vast majority of my subscribers and supporters are in the Philippines. So I was just wondering how many people would show up here. It's 11 a.m. here in California. It's 2 a.m. over there in the Philippines. So they're all asleep. Look at this. Already got an order. How you doing, Blue Demon Slayer? Yeah, no, I'm not gonna take that one. They wanted me to go 16 miles for $9. And that means I gotta go 16 miles to go pick up or I gotta go pick up the order, then I gotta drive 16 miles to drop it off, and then 16 miles back. So really that's 32 miles for $9. So that 32 miles, that's about a gallon of gas. So take about $6 off that $9. That would give me $3. Not gonna do it. Oh, happy Tuesday. That's right. She says, "Did you see my live stream yesterday?" Probably not. We were really busy yesterday. We went and we were looking for a new bed. Our bed that we have right now is 10 years old and it's just really lumpy and not comfortable. We're both very uncomfortable, having trouble sleeping in it. So we went and got a new bed. We were out all day. But no, what happened? You said I did two of them. I don't think I wanna say I saw was I don't can't remember if it was a video or a live, now that I'm thinking about it, but I can't remember. Sis Archana, good morning, or actually good evening. Good evening for you. Hello, Cisco. Hello, Sis Archana. Blue Demon Slayer says, I have some good news. Oh, okay. Well, let's hear it. Let's hear what the good news is. Did you get to 300 subs already? Fortnite Life. Way. Okay, I don't know what way is. WSG, what's good? Maybe. It's all good here right now. Just chilling right now. How you doing? Fortnite's life. Sister China says, hello, Sir Cisco. Hello, how are you, sis? Hopefully everything's good for you. I believe it's evening where you're at, right? Blue Demon Slayer says, I have 299 subs. Wow, let's see how quickly you just blew up. Man, that's awesome. You were just at 250. We just got you to 250. And that's how it goes. It just rolls in bunches like that. You'll just start getting bunches and bunches and bunches of subscribers. Congrats. That's awesome. You're already at 300. Okay, next goal 500. We're gonna skip 400. We're just gonna go straight to 500. Blue Demon Slayer says, I lost one. Remember, I told you that's how it goes. That's just how it goes. Archana says, sorry, spelling mistake. Oh, I didn't see a spelling mistake. It's all good, sis. Blue Demon Slayer says this was yesterday. Okay, nice. Yeah, just keep doing those lives. You'll pick up subscribers pretty quickly on those lives. Fortnite Life says nice chain. Thank you. My mama gave me this chain. My mom gave me this chain years and years and years ago. But, yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. This is probably the last chain I'll ever wear in my life. She's given me 2 different chains. One was a gold chain, I used to wear. It was thinner, um, what was it called? I can't remember the type of chain, but it was a thinner chain, and then she bought me this one, and I wear this one all the time now. Sis Archana, thank you. Blue Demon Slayer says, "I will make it short so that people will know my next goal." Yeah, that's a good way to do it. You know what? Another good thing to do is, and I keep forgetting to do it myself. Another good thing to do is make a post. Make a post saying, like, if you come out with a new video, make a post and show, hey, this is my new video, just came out today. Put a post up there. The more stuff you put out there in the YouTube verse, the more likely that somebody is going to see it and be interested in checking out what you have. So yeah, that's a good idea. Sister Chana says, thank you. Of course, sis. Of course, always. And she said, hi, hi. Dora Mula, Dory Mula. Hello, hello. How you doing? Good to see you. Welcome to the live. We got 9 million in the building with 2 likes. If you guys are new to the stream, welcome. And I'm just sitting here right now in a parking lot waiting for food delivery orders. I deliver food through an app. So if you can stick around for a little while, we just chop it up here. Nothing too crazy. And I just sit here and wait for orders. And we also have on our channel a lot of traveling. We do a lot of traveling. We do a lot of hiking. Just random stuff that we do. So yeah, if that sounds interesting, stick around and maybe hit that subscribe button, double tap your screen, give us a like, and hang out. Let's see. Blue Demon Sir says, "Okay, gotcha. Yeah, yeah, that works really good. Like I said, I keep forgetting to do it myself. I'm gonna start getting a little bit. I'm gonna start ramping up my videos here pretty soon. I've got so much stuff that I need to put out, stuff from way back, even as far back as February that I recorded from the Philippines, and I haven't even uploaded yet. And I just keep doing more stuff, and I don't have time to upload it, so I got to get on it. Um, Dormo says, "Good, all right, nice. How about you? Yeah, I'm great. I'm doing good. Just chilling right here." Fortnite Life says, "I wish you get successful." Well, you know what? I feel like I'm already successful, and I appreciate that. I feel like I'm already successful. I woke up today. I'm in good health. My family and friends are all okay. They're all in good health. Um, I had a roof over my head. I had food to eat today. I got water to drink right here. I'm just hanging out. So I feel like I'm already successful. So thank you. I wish everybody could get that kind of success in their life. I really do. At least that as a minimum. Um, Troy No Vlog. Hello, my friend. How are you guys? Good to see you. Welcome in. Dora Mula says, one question. Okay. Waiting. Sister Chana says, hello, everyone. Guys, real quick, if you can, uh, the people with the blue names, those are people that have moderator already. And those are people that I already know that I trust to give moderator. People that are new to the stream, stick around for a while, you know, be in a couple lives, once I get to know you a little bit better, give you moderator. But if you already have moderator, click on other people's names, guys, and try to connect with them. If their channel is interesting to you, or if you just want to connect and support them, just subscribe to their channel. Maybe go on one of their videos or their short videos, leave a comment, and it helps everybody here. People who are YouTube content creators. So some of us are small channels, and it really helps them out. So if you can, please do that. Um, Dormola says, "When will you travel?" Um, our next place that we're planning to travel to coming up is we're gonna go to Las Vegas. I think is gonna be our next trip. Um, we're gonna go to a concert and we're gonna go to a show at the Sphere, and that'll be next month. I think that's our next travel that we have planned so far. So yeah, I will be doing probably lives out there too. So check it out. Be looking for those. But yeah, that's a good question. That's a great question. Archana says, hello, Troy Nora Vlog. let's see. Okay. All right. I'm caught up here. Um, Dora Mula says, oh, okay, got you. Am I saying your name right? Dora Mula? I don't know if I'm saying that right, but if you could make it uh phonetic, spell it phonetically so that I can I don't know if I'm saying it right. I hate that I can't sometimes I don't read people's names right. Yes, it's right. Okay, cool. Where are you from, Dora Mula? I'm here in California. I'm here in Central California. I see we got some people here from Philippines. We got some people from um, Southwest Asia. Where else? We got some people from Florida, and I don't know where everybody else is at or from. Okay, what's this person say? Oh yeah, no, we don't want you up in here. Bye. Dormula says from Poland. From Poland. Wow. Shout out Poland then. Um, I don't think I've had somebody. Have I had somebody from Poland? I'm not sure. I think maybe one other time I can remember somebody coming here from Poland. So yeah, shout out. Thanks for joining us. Um, it's probably later in the evening. What is it, about 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. out there in Poland right now? Guessing. Yeah, shout out from Poland. And how's the weather in Poland right now? It's probably pretty cool right now, I would think. It's a cool day out here today. It's been hot. It's been getting hot here. We're getting ready to start getting into summertime here, but yeah, it's really cool today. I don't know why. 8:17. Okay. Yeah, I knew it was later in the evening. Okay, so not too late. So you probably just ate dinner a little while ago and just chilling right now on YouTube. Well, thanks for chilling here with me. You could be looking at anyone's face, listening to anyone's rambling, talking, and you're here in our channel. So I appreciate that. Yeah, this is me and my wife's channel. So when I say we, I don't mean that I'm like the royal, like we, like I'm a king or something. I mean we, like me and my wife. This is our channel. My wife's at work right now. I'm retired, but I do this food delivery just to be active, give me something to do. And the money that I make from this goes into an account for my grandson's future college education. Let's see. Yes, it is cold, but hot too. Well, wait, how is it cold and hot? Part of the day it's cold, and then later in the day it's hot. That's is that probably what you mean? Uh, oh wow. Gabi Satira, Gabi Satira. Oh man, I can't. It's hard for me to even pronounce that one. I know I'm subscribed to you though. Gabagis, Gagabis Ate Era Vlog, Ate Era Vlog. There we go. See, it takes me a second. Hold on a second. Da, 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 boom, blah, boom, blah. Bow. Okay. Good evening, Ate. Or is it morning? Where are you at, Ate? Dormula says, yeah. Okay. Yeah, wow, man, Poland. That would be an interesting place to visit. Um, yeah, I've never been to Europe at all. But yeah, I would love to go. They says done likes. Thank you. We got 5 likes, guys. 4 million people in the building. Golden Gate. Well, hey, brother, what's going on? Just chilling, man. I was just sitting here waiting for orders again, and I thought, you know what? Let me go ahead and go live and see if I can get a little stream going. I usually have been starting up like around 2:30 ish our time here, uh, and I'll go for like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. But I'm trying to like keep it limited during that time frame because I got other people that I support who their lives are going on at that time, and they're already established, and I don't want to get into their lives. I don't want to interrupt their lives. So I figured, you know what, Philippines, it's like hecka early out there right now, and shouldn't be too many people on in Philippines right now. So this would be a great time for me to be on. What's going on, Golden Gate? How you doing, bro? Ate says, hello, Cisco International. Hello. sis." I'm trying to read the whole name, and it's like when it all runs together like that, because almost everybody's name just runs together like that, I gotta think about it. I'm getting old, sis, it's harder for me to read. I can't see, I can barely see, and I can barely think. I don't know how I even got out of bed this morning. Oh, what do we got here? So that little sound you're hearing is like, them sending me a delivery request, but once again, it was a terrible one, and I'm not gonna take it. And what I mean by terrible means they want you to drive long distances for a tiny little bit of money, and I'm not gonna do that because it costs me money. It ends up costing me money to go deliver their food, and yeah, I definitely am not doing that. Golden Gate says, "Hey, brother." Oh, I already said that one. Okay. Dormula says, "By the way, another question." Shoot, you ain't got. You just ask the question. Just throw it out there. I'm ready. I got you. Golden Gate says, "Got in a good 70-mile run on on a cycle early morning." Oh, okay. Well, I thought you meant you like had a 70-mile, like you ran 70 miles. And they said, Golden Gate, you're bad. 70-mile run on a cycle early AM yesterday. I hit the rural roads, bouncing around at 70 miles an hour. Wow. But the bike you have, it's kind of made for that, right? It's not really like a street bike, right? It's more of like a all not all terrain, but like a all purpose kind of bike, correct? Man, that's nice. 70 miles. That's a good little run. Let's see. Ate says, "Thank you for coming and supporting my channel. If I do stream." Oh, of course, sis. And that's one thing too that our channel is about. We're about supporting small channels too. Because the more of us that work together, the better that all of us are gonna do. If all of us small channels that come across each other, because there's way more small channels than there are big channels. So if all of us small channels can work together, keep building up our subscribers together, are getting our watch hours together, the better we're all gonna be. So of course, sis, of course. Every time I see, you know, I'm busy a lot of the time, but every time when I sit down, I scroll through, I start looking for people's lives they're on. If it's somebody that I'm subscribed to, I always try to comment. I try to stay on there for at least a couple minutes, and then I'll go on to other people, and then I'll come back and I'll support some more. So I'm always trying to go through and support people. So you're welcome, and thank you for being here for my life. I appreciate it. Um, Big Ross says, "What's the square root of 756?" I would have to say it's probably, let me think, hold on. Uh, Gosh, okay, hold on. It's early, Russ. It's still 11:24. That's early for me. 756. Oh man. Um, it's got to be like it's less than damn. I can't think. But hold on. Just let me think about it, Russ. I'm gonna get it. I love a challenge, in case you didn't know. Dora Mula says, "How long is the live in Las Vegas gonna be?" I don't know. It just depends. So our plan out there is we're gonna go to, I don't know if you're familiar, Dora Mula, with the Sphere in Las Vegas. It's just a big round dome, and inside you go inside and they have movies that they show, and it's like this huge screen. I mean, it's super tall, super wide, and it's just an amazing experience. It's called the Sphere. So we're gonna go there and watch. It's the Wizard of Oz. We're gonna go watch the Wizard of Oz there. So we won't be live streaming there. And then we're going to a concert. There's a rapper from way back in the day, but he's one of the OGs of Bay Area hip hop. E40, Golden Gate, I'm sure knows who that is. E40, we're gonna go to his concert. We may try to live before the concert, but we won't be living during the concert, I'm sure. So random. It'll be random. But yeah, if you catch it, I hope you do. That'd be awesome. Russ says, "You said ask anything." Yeah, I did. And I'm gonna and hold on. I'm still thinking. I'm still thinking. So just stand by on that. I'm gonna get it. And you see, I don't have no calculator. Math is not my number one subject, but I like challenges. How you doing, Russ? Golden Gate says, "Yes, correct. It's dual sport with 11-inch front travel suspension, 21-inch front tire to roll over anything." Right. The suspension did a good job on those asphalt roll roads. Nice. How are you feeling after going through those roads? They'll just man. Yeah, I always liked a smooth ride. I rode dirt bikes, a little bit back in the day, and, you kinda expect to, be getting rough, road and stuff like that on a dirt bike, but now that I'm older, I don't think I could handle that. Um Dormula says, "I know the Sphere." Okay, cool. Yeah, so we're gonna go there, and watch it's the original Wizard of Oz movie, and it should be amazing. We've gone to Sphere one other time when it first opened, we watched the show there, and it was just spectacular. It's awesome. Not only do they show you the video, you see this huge it's huge, and it feels like you're there. Whatever's playing, it feels like you're actually there. And then they have like wind that blows. They have like little things that come down from the ceiling. Like whatever's happening on the screen, like they make it happen inside the sphere. So it's a great experience. So I can't wait to go see that. Um, Russ says my daughter was just at the sphere. No kidding. What did she see? What did she see there? Said it was very cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. LOL. Yeah, man. He said, "I'm good, thanks." Good, bro. Yeah, what did she see at the Sphere? Uh, Ze is that Zevil? Jevil? "Hi, are you from USA?" "Yes, I am. I'm from the USA. I'm here in California, USA. Born and raised." "Where are you from?" "Zevil? Jevil?" I can't how do you pronounce that? Jevil? Zevil? Exivil? Exhibit? Golden Gate says, "LOL, I felt like an alpha male while having my coffee and sugar-laden donuts." That's what alpha males do. We have our coffee and donuts. You're a badass, Golden Gate. You're a badass. Damn, I had coffee, but I didn't have the donuts. I had well, look, check it out. I'm trying to get better, man. I'm trying to get myself in shape. Had one of these little premier protein shakes. This is gonna be my little part of my lunch. Not all my lunch, but it's gonna be part of my lunch. Um, Big Russ says, "Hey, was that Manny Pacquiao in the live stream you posted?" Yeah, man. Years ago, before I knew my wife, she was invited to a graduation. A friend of hers was graduating from nursing school, and it just so happened that that friend's cousin is Manny Pacquiao. So at the graduation, Manny, and this is years ago, before he was like, I think, like really mainstream. He was well known in the boxing world, but he wasn't like mainstream famous yet, at least not here. But he was there, so she got a chance to meet him and hang out with him. They had like a little party afterwards, and this is what she claims. I don't know. She could be full of it, trying to make me jealous or something. But she claims that Manny Pacquiao asked her to dance, and she had to dance with Manny Pacquiao, and so yeah. But yeah, that was him. Zevo says, "I am from India, bro." Hey, shout out India. How you doing? It's late. It's late. It's late over there too. Do you like India? Yeah, I've never been to India. I have friends that have gone to India and they've all loved it. They said it's a beautiful country, the people are really nice, and if you like Indian food, they said the Indian food's amazing. I like Indian food, so I would love to go to India someday. I think it's very similar to like Philippines in that it's very hot and humid, or like Florida, it's very hot and humid. So yeah, definitely, I like India for sure. Shout out India. Dormula says, "Yo, I need to leave the live stream for a bit. Be right back." Hey, thank you. Thank you. Take your time. If you come back, thank you so much. If you don't come back, it was nice meeting you, and come back again sometime in the future. Thank you, Dormula. Appreciate you. And shout out to Poland. Big Russ says, "Someone persuaded her to see a No Doubt concert there. She's not a fan, but when anyhow. No, No Doubt is legendary. Yeah, they had some good music back in the day. They were huge back in the day. Yeah, that's awesome. Wow. So how was it? How did she like that? Because I'm just wondering, like, yeah, that venue, I know there's been many concerts there. I've never seen a concert there, but I imagine it's a freaking amazing experience. Just the screen and everything is just it's outstanding. Like you have to go to see, what it's like for it to make sense because I can't explain what it's like, but it's amazing. She had a good time. Cool. You're way cooler than Manny Cisco, and I think you can take him. Oh yeah, I don't know about all that. I don't know if I'm cooler than him or I could take him, to be honest with you. That's what's funny. Yeah, I don't know about those, but I appreciate the confidence, Russ. Oh, man. I did joke with her. I said, "Yeah, somebody told you, you have to marry for money or good looks, and I see what you chose." So I give my wife props on choosing the good looks. Zevi says, "Bro, I love USA gun culture." Well, that's cool. I mean, I have several guns myself. I love shooting my guns and going to the range shooting my guns. I just went not too long ago. I actually need to go again here pretty soon. And if you check out my channel, if you scroll back a little ways, I've got a couple videos where I'm shooting guns in the range. I love shooting guns. I don't know if I'm so much a gun culture person. Um, I'm not like hardcore into guns and stuff like that. I just, I've been around them my whole life. But yeah, it's kind of a controversial thing here in the United States. Some people get upset about guns, and I get it. We've had a lot of issues with it. A lot of bad things have happened. So, as long as people are safe and as long as people are doing the right things with guns, guns are fine. It's when people start having bad intentions with the guns that it needs to be a problem. But yeah, definitely a controversial subject. Uh, Golden Gate says, I like the song Pink Champagne with E40 and LaRue. Oh, nice. Man, you know what? I remember the first time that I heard about E40. This is like 1992, maybe 92, 93. I want to say, I'm trying to remember if my daughter was born yet. Um, that was the first time I ever heard of E40, and his delivery was just so different. Like, to be honest with you, I didn't like him at first. I was like, "This dude sounds weird." His delivery just kinda like, "What?" But the music is what kept me. Like, his hooks and the music that his lyrics went to was good. But then once you kinda figured out, like, where he was coming from, then it was like, "Okay, I get him." And so, been a fan of his since then. Um, we weren't planning on going to this concert originally, but, her cousin and, a few other people are going, so we're like, "Let's go, we'll go." Zebby says, "Nice country." Yeah, it is a nice country. Overall, it's a nice country. There's good and there's bad to the US for sure, just like any country. But overall, I think it's a nice country. We're going through some trouble right now, but hopefully we'll get that worked out. Dormula says, "I'm back. I just saw a post you went to Bruno Mars concert." Yeah, yeah. That was the last time we were in Vegas. What was that? A couple months ago? Wait, what are we in? We're in May. Was that last month? I don't know. Like I said, I'm old. My memory's getting bad, but yeah, we were just there. Amazing concert. That was our second time seeing Bruno Mars. He is a fantastic performer. He's just so like energetic. His voice is amazing, of course. His show's really exciting. Um, you go to some people's shows and they're kind of boring. The music's good, but the show's kind of boring. Bruno puts on a full show. It is an exciting show the whole time you're there. It was great. Yeah, that was a fun time. Thanks for checking that out, by the way, Dormula. Russ says, "LOL." What are you laughing at, Russ? Dormula, yeah, went. Okay. Let's see. King of veteran dashers, yapping and no offers. You got that right. No, I've got a couple. I've actually got a couple offers since I had this live on, but they're trash. They're trash. Like, and you know as well as I do, they'll want you to go 1,000 miles and give you like $6. Some of these, I got one today. Check this out. I got one today that is a town that's 22 miles from here. 22 miles. So now that means if I drive 22 miles to get there, I gotta drive 22 miles to come back. That's 44 miles. That's like a gallon and a half of gas in this car. Okay, so you're looking at about $9 in gas for me to drive out there and back. You know how much the order was for? $11. They wanted me to drive 44 miles for $2 because that's what I would have ended up with. I was like, hell no. So I didn't take that. And I've gotten a couple other ones that are just terrible. I've gotten two today that I've done that were okay. And I think it's been like about maybe like $14 total. So not great. But I did have an amazing run of orders the other night. I think I did like amazing for me. It was like $112 in just like 2 hours. So it was pretty cool. Doramula says, plus you went to Raiders too. Yeah, yeah. We've been to football games quite a bit. That concert was in the Raiders Stadium, Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. So it's the same stadium where the Raiders played. That's where the Bruno Mars concert was at. We're going to another concert there in September. It's Chris Brown and Usher. So that should be amazing. That should be a great concert. And we're gonna do another suite. We're gonna be a little closer this time. I think we're gonna be like on the 50-yard line, and should be amazing. But yeah, I'm a Raiders fan. I've been a Raiders fan since I was 10 years old, and that was since 1982 or thereabouts. Zevi says, Are you ethnically Latino?" Yeah, my mom is Spanish and my dad's black. So I have Spanish, black. There's some indigenous United States, some indigenous Mexico. But yeah, mostly Nigerian, um, from Benin and Togo, Ghana, and Spain. That's my what's most of my ancestry. Um, King of Veterans says, "Oh well, yeah, I know it. It's craziness, but what are you gonna do? $11 for 22 miles, ridiculous. Yeah, man. And you know what? What's crazy is that you could tell they didn't even tip. You know, it's like that's just the money that Uber is gonna give you. Like $11 to go that far. That's no tip. Who's doing that? Somebody who doesn't want their food to be delivered. That's who's doing it. But then again, you know what? Somebody probably went and delivered it. I wouldn't be surprised. Somebody went and did it. Dora Mula says, another question. What will you do in summer? Um, I don't we're gonna do a lot of stuff. Like I said, officially summer starts for us here in the US next month. So we plan on going to Vegas a couple times. We're definitely gonna do a lot of hiking. We just did a hike day before well, it was Sunday. We did a hike Sunday. We went up to Yosemite. If you're familiar with Yosemite, it's a famous national park here in the US. We did a hike up there. We rode our bikes. We originally were going to do some rafting, but they had to shut it down because there was so many people. It was a holiday weekend here in the U.S. It's a Memorial Day weekend. Memorial Day is a day where we honor the veterans, the military personnel who have passed away. Um, here in the United States. So it's a busy weekend. A lot of families were up there, so they had to shut down the rafting thing. So we didn't get to do the rafting, but we did ride our bikes. We did do a nice hike, and this cop just pulled in right here, and he left a black box on the back of his car. I don't know if he's trying to set me up, or he just forgot there's a black box on the back of his car. When he comes out, I'm gonna have to let him know. Um, but yeah, that's what we plan on doing: hiking, couple concerts. Um, I'm wanting to travel overseas again, but we'll see. The flights are crazy expensive right now. Um, so we'll see. I'd like to go at least in January and February. So we'll see. Big Russ says, I got to see Usher at WDW last year. What's WDW? I'm not knowing the acronym. WDW. How was it? Because I hear he puts on a great show. He's always been he's an entertainer. I mean, he's not just a singer. He's an entertainer. So I'm looking forward to. And Chris Brown, same thing. He's an entertainer. So I'm really looking forward to that show. Russ says, so you see what the tip will be before you decide whether or not to take it. Yeah. So what happens is, hey, excuse me, there's something on the back of your car. I don't know. Okay, all right. I was just making sure I didn't leave it there. All right. All right. So he said it's supposed to be there. I've never seen that in a cop car. It's like a black box. It looks like it's about like that big and it's about that flat. And it's just sitting on the trunk of his car. I don't know. So anyway, yeah. So what happens is the order comes through, and when I see it, um, it basically tells you, it shows like a general map that shows where you're at, where your pickup spot is at for whatever it is that they're picking, whatever it was that they're ordering, and then it kind of shows you in the general area of where it's going to be, and then it also gives you specifically how many miles the trip is going to be, and they only give you from where you're at to the delivery spot. It doesn't tell you what you're driving back, but basically you just double that, right? And then it also tells you how much money that you're going to get for doing the trip. So Uber now is guaranteeing that whatever it tells you you're gonna get, you're gonna get. Because it used to be that when I first started on Uber, which was not long ago, 6 months ago, It used to be that the customer could take the tip back after you delivered their order. So you would drive and take their order to them, drop it off, and you didn't do anything wrong. You know, you did everything fine. And then because the customer wants to be a jerk or be cheap, they could go back in and take away the tip that they put on there originally. So you're thinking, hey, I'm going to get $10 for this, and they take the tip back, and you end up getting like $2 for it. So it was terrible. But now they're guaranteeing it. So now whatever I see the dollar amount is, that's what I get. And the way that I decide to take these or not, whether or not I decide to take them, is I look at the mileage, and let's say the mileage is 2 miles. I double that, so it'd be 4 miles, and or it'd be four. And then if the amount of money that I'm getting is at least $4 or higher, then I'll do it. So basically, whatever the mileage is, double that, and that's what I expect the dollar amount to be. If it's at least that, I'll take it. I usually try not to do orders that are below $5, but if it's a slow day, I'll do them if it's, if it's a good one. But yeah, that's basically how it works. Doramula says, "You're lagging." Uh-oh. Hopefully I'm back. I can't tell. Sorry, guys. Hopefully it's going good now. What did this person say here? Yeah, this person's gonna be bye-bye. Walt Disney World, it was good. Oh, yeah, yeah, okay. Oh, okay. You know what? What's funny is years ago, I remember he went to Walt Disney World and he did a video there, I wanna say, like at the House of Blues or something like that. How long ago was that, Russ? Because yeah, that was like 20, that had to be like 20, maybe that was like 2002 or 4 or something like that, I think. It was a long time ago. Dormula says, "You're back, don't worry now." Okay, cool. You know what is funny is this area that I'm in, the internet is actually pretty good. Usually don't have any issues with it here. When I start driving around, then it starts to get a little, it can get funky sometimes, depending on what part of town I'm in. So yeah, a year or two. Oh, that was just recent then. Okay. Yeah, and that's not surprising. I'm sure he's gotten all over the place and probably hits up areas like that more than once, every couple of years. Um, yeah, every time I do these lives here, I'm always looking around, guys, if you notice, because there's a lot of people that are walking around here, and most of them are just coming in because there's a lot of restaurants here and different businesses and stuff. But you also get some people that are a little less than friendly, shall we say? And so you got to kind of keep an eye out of what's going on around you. But we got 5 million in the building. Thank you guys for dropping in and sticking around. Got 10 likes. That's cool. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Hopefully I'm not gonna be lagging anymore. We'll see. And I'm actually thinking about put what time is it? 11:44. It's almost noon. I'm actually even thinking about maybe taking a drive down the strip here just to kind of see if I can pick up a little order on the way. And so one of the strategies that I do, a lot of drivers do, is if you're in a spot for more than whatever time you decide, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever. If you haven't got any orders by then, go drive somewhere else and see if things are a little bit more busy there. So let's see. I'm gonna give it, this thing just updated. So yeah, you know what? I'll probably go and leave here in about maybe another 10 minutes. Dormo says, "Where is your wife?" She's working. She's working right now. She's got a job here, so she will she will be done in about maybe like 6 hours. Usually she gets done by about 5:30. And it's about 11:45 here right now. So yeah, she's working, making some bank, some sweet moolah to help keep us in the lifestyle that we're accustomed to. I'm surprised that she's not on here. Usually she'll get a notification that I'm live and she'll jump in here and say hello, which she could be. She may be lurking. She's just hanging in the cut, just listening to what's being said. You never know. Yeah, it looks like it's starting to get a little busy. Um, there's about 4 places on my little map here. So I'm looking at this little map, and And the places that are busy or that are gonna get busy, they have like different phases of color that they show you. So like a yellow will be a place that potentially is going to be busy. An orange is like a place that's like it's starting to get busy, and then red is like it's busy, or there's orders that are not getting picked up by people because nobody wants to pick it up. So when it turns red, that means hey, we need somebody to take this order. But again, like I said, if people are ordering food online and they think that they're going to get their food without tipping, it's very difficult for somebody to take an order if it doesn't make sense money wise. We're not doing this just for fun. We're trying to make some money for whatever. Either some people do this for a living. Some people are like me, they just do it because it helps keep them active, and they're using the money for whatever they're using it for. But if you're not getting any money, or if you're losing money, nobody's going to take that order. It's just that simple. Dormula says, do you have kids? Yeah, I do. I have 2 kids. I got, a son and a daughter, and they are adults. In fact, my daughter has a son, so I actually have a grandson too, and he's like 9 months old, and I love that little guy. Golden Gate says, "There was a guy on YouTube called OG Danger Show from Fresno, ex-cop. I think he retired and moved out of Fresno." I've never heard of him. Yeah, we're right near Fresno. Yeah, there's so many channels. Sometimes I'll be in Cal's, live stream, and I'll hear people talk about people, like, in the Philippines. I'm like, "I've never even heard of these people." Like, everybody seems to know who these people are, and I'm like, I don't watch them. But, like, I think some of the channels that people watch in Philippines, they just don't interest me. A lot of these guys, they're just talking shit about other people, or some of these guys that are just, they're about a certain lifestyle. This is not my lifestyle. I'm married. I'm not looking for women in the Philippines. I'm not looking to be, a player or nothing like that. So the stuff that I watch usually tends to be like I like the travel stuff. I like the when they review resorts, or when they review, or when they go to certain islands, they show the islands. That's the kind of stuff I like to watch. And then of course all of the people that I subscribe to, a lot of them are people that are subscribed to me, and we support each other. So I watch a lot of their videos and stuff. So a lot of these other weird, channels, I don't know who they're talking about, but everybody seems to know who they are. It's weird. But yeah, that I haven't heard of that guy. OG Danger Show. Huh. Hold on, let me screenshot that. I'll see if I can look him up. Golden Gate. Big Russ says, my wife attends a conference in Orlando every year. The organizer rents out a park after 7 for the attendees. Oh, okay. Man, that's nice. Get to go to Orlando once a year. I like Orlando. I like Orlando. It's cool there. Um, I mean, I would live there. I think it'd probably be pricier to live there. If I was gonna move to Florida, I probably wouldn't plan on living there. I'd probably live where my mom's at. She's in between Tampa and Orlando. The price of houses there is just amazing. The amount of house that you get there for the money you spend compared to here doesn't even come close, man. You can get a nice house out there, nice size house, and you could be near or on a nice lake, you know, for half the price of what you'd pay for a house here that's not on a lake and is probably not even the same size. So that is definitely a consideration, Russ. We if we don't end up moving out of country, we probably will move to Florida. That's the plan. Once my wife wants to retire, because as much as I love California, I would love to stay here. I just couldn't afford to live here, just on my retirement. If my wife stopped working, yeah, we couldn't afford to live here. As long as she keeps working, we're fine. My retirement, her income from her job is great. But if she stops working, time to go. Let's see here. Dormula says, if the delivery was 100 miles and you would get $199, would you take it? 100 miles, $199. Yeah, I would take it. I would take it, and then I'd be done for the day. That would be 200 miles of driving. So, yeah, I mean, that's a few hours, and then, I would get 200 bucks. Yeah, I would take that, because the gas mileage would be great. I'm sure if it was probably all highway miles, my gas mileage would be good, so I wouldn't burn as much gas, and then, I'd have $200 just like that, which I don't make $200 in a day doing this. So, yeah, I definitely would take that. It's close enough. It's not quite double, but it's close enough. And like I said, in fact, I don't always expect for it to be double the mileage. If it's 1.5 time the mileage, if it's a slow day, I'll take it, like I said. But going that distance for 1.5 times, so now we're talking about 150 miles, or it'd have to be, $150. I might consider taking that one too. I might do that too. Golden Gate says he was hardcore, Second Amendment stuff. Oh, okay. You know what? Do you like watching those, Second Amendment type channels? Those ones, and then also the First Amendment auditor type dudes. I'll watch those too, because some are just jerks. They're just out there trying to mess with people. But I like watching those because, I believe in freedom. I really do believe in freedom, whether it's freedom of speech. I like the fact that there are people that are pushing the boundaries of what it means to be free and what freedom of speech means. And I like the fact that they're, making sure that what the Constitution says is what is being enforced. If their intention is to do that, then I like watching their channel. If their intention is just to get clicks and views by being a dipshit to, government employees, then I don't watch that stuff. But there's one guy that I watch. Oh man, what is his name? I think his name is John Paul or something like that. But he's respectful to people. He doesn't go in there just to be a jerk, and he knows his stuff. He knows what his rights are, and he doesn't go in there just to cause problems. He goes in there literally to test whether or not these city or state employees are going to follow the Constitution, or are they going to try to act crazy with them. And it's fun to watch. I like watching stuff like that. PC Mom Z, good evening. How are you? Welcome to the live. Got 3 million in the building, 11 likes. Thank you guys. Says he overviewed a lot of Second Amendment tools. Okay. Um, I'll watch some of that stuff. Like I said, I have several tools, shall we say. Um, but I'm not big into like, oh, I need this model or that model, or I need this, I just have them and I like shooting them, but that's about it. But I don't get too deep into, oh, this company has this one coming out. Yeah, I just never have gotten into it that much. Dormula says, "What games do you kids play often?" What game do my kids play often? Um, Not really any games. I mean, they're adults now. Um, but they did play sports when they were younger. They both played t-ball. My son, he played baseball, basketball, football in high school. My daughter, she did baseball for a little while when she was real young, and then she ended up doing volleyball, and she was a cheerleader. She's a dancer. She's an amazing, phenomenal dancer. She came this close to being one of the San Francisco 49er Gold Rush cheerleaders. She made it to the cut before the final cut, and and that was on 3 years of not even doing any dance or cheer. And I told her she should go try out again the next year, but this time do it for the Raiders. And she just wasn't interested. She had other stuff going on, and where we live, the drive to get up to the Bay Area would be, they want you to get up there at least, I think, once. Well, during the season, of course, you'd have to go to the games. So you're looking at what, 8 times out of the year you have to drive up there to go to the games, which that wouldn't be a problem. But to go to practices and other um, like appearances that they would have to make. She didn't want to have to drive all the way up there for that. And they don't make a lot of money. It's mostly, networking and just the excitement of being, around the NFL and, being a Raiderette or Gold Rush cheerleader. So yeah, that's what they did. They both were, pretty active when they were younger. Dormula says, when will you stream again? I don't know. What time is it? It's noon right now. To be honest, I'll probably be on here for like another 10 minutes or so, and then I'll be off for a little while. And then maybe around 2:30, so it'll be maybe like 2.5 hours from now, I might stream again. Just depends on how things are going. Because it's very slow right here for the deliveries this morning, but it should start picking up here once we get to the lunch hour. And as I say that, There's one right there. So this is one of those ones that's kind of like a, let's see. I'll go ahead and do this one just so we have something to do. How about that? So what it is like a $4 order, guys, which I usually don't take those. And it's to go 2.5 miles, which is not my higher criteria, but it meets my low. So, and you guys are here, so and I'm about to go off here in about 10 minutes, so I'll go ahead and do it just for fun. But yeah, bear with me guys while I do this order because I'm not going to be I'm not going to be able to be chatting with you guys. Well, or at least I'll be talking, but I won't be able to read your comments. But yeah, hang out. So we're going to go in here into this wing stop right here. Pick this order up. Oh. Yeah, for Janet. And you guys are still working on it? It's gonna be done in 3 minutes. 3 minutes sounds good. Will. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Okay. So now I'm gonna let this customer know I'm just waiting on her order. All right. Gotta pick up his Dr. Pepper. I always wonder how much ice people want because I know how much I want, but make sure. Yeah, Dr. Pepper. I know how much I want, but I don't know how much other people want. So I try not to put too much or too little. All right, I'm gonna put this little sticker on it. Excuse me. Sorry. All right, so now just gonna wait on this order. See, guys, let me see what you guys are saying on here. Thormula says, well, at that time, it's going to be 12:20 in Poland. Oh, yeah, it'll be late over there. You probably already be asleep. But hey, Dormula, thank you for coming in, hanging out. Appreciate you. Yeah, check us out. Maybe we'll be on again later. Not later today, but later, tomorrow or the next day. Big Russ says, okay, I'll stand in. Any questions? Yeah, Russ, you are my consigliere. You could take any questions. Question, answer. Dormo says, does he often stream? Russ says, yes. Dormo says, all right. Russ says, nice guy. Dormo says, I know. Russ says, just the right amount of ice. Okay, yeah. Well, appreciate the nice guy, both of y'all. Thank you. And I think that's the right amount of ice. That's how much I usually like. I don't like too much ice, but most of these fountain drinks, they're already cold, so they don't need like a whole bunch of ice. Just enough to kind of keep it cold. So to me, that seems like the right amount. Hey, give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna update my little app here. So what I try to do is just let the customer know what's going on. So I already told her I'm waiting on an order, but once I pick it up, I'm gonna let her know that I picked it up and that I'm on my way. So I'm just writing it all down so that when I get there, I can enter it onto the app. And Russ says, "LOL." Doramula says, "Is the food good?" Yeah, the food's good here. They have a dry rub. They have a dry rub. They have chicken wings. They make chicken wings here, Doramula. And they have a one that has a dry rub. It's really good. It's real tasty. The stuff that has like a lot of sauce on it, it's okay, but I prefer like the dry rub because it doesn't make like a big mess and it's like really tasty. So yeah, definitely good. Russ is still in my consigliere mode. Says don't know. You ever been to Wingstop, Russ? Yeah, they just sell chicken wings on a string of Burger King. No, but they also have fries, and I see that they have the boneless and the traditional wings. So they're pretty good here. And I usually hang out here because uh, the orders seem to be more often coming from here or a couple other places nearby here. So yeah. Do they make boneless buffalo chicken? Yeah, yeah, yeah. They have them here. I just looked. I just saw that they have them here. I didn't realize they had them. I can't read it. Hold on. Mohinkan. Hello, hello. How are you? Oh, here we go, guys. Got my order. All right, appreciate it. Thank you. All right, hold on here. All right, guys, stand by. We'll take this order to my car. Give you a view of my shoes walking. Now I'm trying to hold this drink and the food at the same time. I cannot spill this food, cannot mess this food up. All right. Okay, let's put that there. Get this in this bag so it stays nice and hot. All right. Uh, so what do you think, guys? Is this as exciting as you thought it would be? Okay, so now I'm going to confirm that I got the order, and then I'm going to let this customer know that I got her food. I'm on my way. Oh shoot, I forgot to do this. Hold on. All right. Whoops. All right. And now, so now we're just gonna follow the app. It's gonna tell us where to go, and we'll drop this food off. So we got to go 2.4 miles, guys. So 2.4 miles, what I would expect to be paid for this would be at a minimum $3.60, which, like I said, I usually don't take anything under five. So this does meet the criteria. Although I wouldn't normally take it, I take it for you guys. You see what I do for you guys? Don't ever say I never do nothing for you. I just took $3.60 to drive 2.4 miles. If that's not love, I don't know what is. But I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you. We got 4 million in the building with 13 likes. That's actually more than I expected to be here because, like I said, a lot of my peeps, my subscribers and supporters, they live in the Philippines, so it's real early over there right now. It's like 3 a.m. So there might be a couple people getting up, going to work early, or some of them have stores that they run. They may be opening the store soon, getting ready to open it soon, but not a lot of people there on YouTube right now. But my my people from Poland, my people from the U.S., you guys are solid. Appreciate you. Let's pull out here. Yeah, it's a nice day here, guys. It's a little overcast, which I actually really like. The weather, I think what is it? It's 67 degrees, so it's not bad. I actually like it. I like cooler weather, to be honest with you. If I have to choose, I would choose a day like this to be the normal day here, but it's not. Usually here, this time of year, it starts getting warmer. And by warmer, I mean like we're getting into the 90s. And then once we hit next month, we're hitting the hundreds, pretty regularly. Sometimes we have weeks where we'll be over 100 degrees. So it gets hot here. But yeah, today's a nice day. Got to take advantage. Let's see. Golden Gate says, yeah, I watched a lot of Second Amendment tools come out, but stopped because I realized I would never get to retire, spend all my money in ammo and tools. That's just expensive. Man, you ain't lying. The ammo especially is hell of expensive. So I got a 9mm. I got a 40 caliber. My wife has a 9mm, and that's all we have. I was wanting to get maybe a rifle. Oh shoot, I got to get over. I was wanting to get a rifle. I still might, but you're right, man. It's expensive. It's an expensive hobby. That's another reason why I don't really, get too heavy into it, because it's one of those things that I feel like if I did, I will start spending a lot of money. I already spend a lot of money on ammo. I go out pretty regularly and use those tools at the range, but yeah, man, it's pricey, especially lately. The prices, everything's gone up. Big Russ says, and we appreciate it. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I work hard, man. I work hard for you guys. This is hard work right here. Dormula says, lag. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. I might start getting that. Might start getting some. The more I drive around, the more likely it is we'll get some lag. Sorry, guys. Hopefully, you guys will stick with me. Wow, these cars are driving hecka slow. Tony Witz, what's going on? He says, every little money adds up. You're absolutely right, Tony. And that's the thing is, in my mind, I think to myself, every little dollar adds up and no amount should be too small. However, what I've also learned is that those small dollar amounts on these orders, that's usually people who are not tipping. And, to me, in the U.S., tipping is a big thing. And Tony, I don't know where you're from, but throw that in the chat if you wouldn't mind. But in the U.S., tipping is a big thing. And I can see both sides of the argument about tipping. Some people think people shouldn't tip, which I tend to be one of those people that think people shouldn't tip unless the service is really great. But otherwise, you shouldn't be expected to tip. I think that everybody should be paid a good wage to where tips are not needed. But I don't run stuff here, so nobody listens to me. And then on the other hand, there's people who think everybody should get tips, whether they serve good or not, because some people, their job doesn't pay a lot and they rely on those tips, which I get that argument. However, for me, I feel like in order for you to use a food app, you're expecting somebody to go and pick up your food and bring it to your house. So it's very convenient. Not everybody can afford to do tips, and I understand that. So I would never judge somebody just because they did a tip. But for me, my time is valuable, I think. And I'm not trying to be a millionaire doing this. I'm not trying to make a whole bunch of money doing this. Like I said, all the money that I'm making doing this is going to my grandson's college account. So I'm not doing this to get rich, but I'm not doing it for free either. And so to me, if people tip, they're more likely to get, somebody to take their order more quickly. It's just the way it goes. Let's see. Big trust in the my Christian Street. Okay. So the customer is just explaining to me like kind of exactly where they're at. Let's see. Sorry guys, I can't really read your stuff right now. I'm just trying to look at this app. It's telling me where to go. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I appreciate you, and hopefully this is something that's somewhat entertaining to watch. like I've said before, I like watching some of these content creators that they are gig app workers. There are people that are food delivery workers. I'm entertained by it. I think it's interesting. It's nice to see the other side of food delivery. So I am here, guys. So once again, please bear with me if I'm not chatting it up. Pull in. Oh, actually, pull in a little further up here. Okay, and she says it's apartment E. Let me see exactly what she was saying here. Hi, the apartment is by the big middle trash can in the parking lot or by the mailbox facing the street. Okay. How's it going? Are you waiting for Janet? What's that? Yeah. Okay, great. All right, hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. So it looks like the customer's son, I'm guessing, came down and grabbed the food. So that was cool. I was able to just get out, hand him the food and the drink instead of having to walk all the way up the stairs and whatnot, because I'm old and brittle. And yeah, that was pretty cool. So that was a delivery for you guys right there. How exciting was that? I hope you all got your money's worth. So now I'm going to drive back over to where I was at. All right, what did I miss here? You guys arguing with each other already or what? All right. Roberto, what's going on? Tamsak Cisco. Good afternoon. How are you? Roberto, how are you? Thermala says your face is glitching. Oh man, yeah, that's because I'm wearing a software that's concealing my real face. You guys think this is me? This is not me. I'm actually, I don't look anything like this. I have software that puts a face on so that my identity stays secret. Roberto Golden Gate says I got enough to start a war. Okay, we're Oakland Raiders. What the hell? Well, hopefully you ain't got to start no wars, man. Hopefully, we don't get to that point. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I just had those three, and that's enough for me. Like I said, maybe the one more I would get, but yeah, man, it's expensive. So you probably got a whole what do you call it? Pile of money sitting there with all those tools you got. Don't want to go that way. No, I don't want to go that way. I want to go this way. Yeah. One of these days, man, we'll chop it up about what all you got there. It'd be interesting to know. I always like to know what people have. It's just interesting. Roberto said work mode. Yeah, man. I'm just doing my food deliveries. I just got one. It's a small order, but like somebody said, Tony said, it adds up. Tony Witt says New York City. Nice, bro. Hey, I just had somebody else from New York, Brooklyn, not too long ago. So shout out New York City. Welcome. 5 million in the building with 14 likes. Thank you guys. Much appreciated. And I'm just trying to look to see where I'm going here. Okay, here we go. So yeah, welcome, Tony. Little brother Don Jolie. I think you've been here before, right? I think so. How you doing? Big Russ says, have you encountered any crazy customers? No, I haven't really. Not yet. Like I said, I've only been doing this for 6 months. Um, Nobody's like gone off on me or done anything really crazy. It's been some kind of weird situations, which I'll explain a couple of those once I stop here. But nobody real crazy or no real serious issues with anyone. Been lucky so far. Knock on wood. Dormula says your identity is in your profile, man. Okay, yeah, that's all. That's all AI. That's all AI stuff. You can't believe everything you see on the internet. Little brother Don says, "Hope you remember me." Yeah, yeah. I was like, I remember the name. I was like, I think you were here before. How you doing? I don't remember where you were from, little brother Don, but shout out where you're from in the chat if you don't mind. Golden Gate says, "Don't buy no rifle or shotguns. We can do a range day with mine. Save money." Yeah, man, but I want one though. I want one though. That's the thing. Uh, so how it is, California. Legally, you can only have certain things. I would never get anything illegal, of course, but um, that being said, when we go visit my wife's family in Nevada, in Vegas, man, there's some nice stuff out there. Uh, got to have fun.